Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to VAI's Hot Tech Webinar Series. My name is Kristen Greek, and I'm the Sales and Marketing Coordinator at VAI. With 2024 fast approaching, it's time for businesses to ramp up the technology they need for their business to thrive in the years ahead. VAI is excited to launch a Hot Tech Webinar Series that will provide you with the opportunity to review the latest technology solutions that are available for your business. I would like to welcome everyone to the first webinar of the series, Transform Your Business with Powerful Mobile Apps. The rise in mobile device usage means that mobile apps have become a key tool for companies of all sizes. VAI's S2K Mobile Solutions turns the ordinary smartphones into powerful business tools that can help you improve efficiencies, enhance customer service, and increase sales. Leading us today is VAI's Executive Vice President, Joe Ciacia.
Thank you, Kristen, and welcome everyone. We have a lot to cover today in a short amount of time. The good news is that we are going to be recording this webinar and sending you out a replay that you can view for yourself or share it with the other people in your organization. And during the replay, you can slow it down and see any screens that you want to see in more detail. Today, we're going to cover the S2K mobile catalog, which includes order processing, proof of delivery, warehouse management, route sales, and field service. All of these apps can run directly on the mobile device. They also have capabilities of syncing data with the S2K ERP system so that they can run standalone. So most of these apps, with the exception of the warehouse management app, can stand alone and run disconnected or connected. As for warehouse management, that is a real-time connection to the ERP system, and it helps you in processing the picks and ships and putaways and stuff like that in your warehouse. Okay, so we have a lot to cover. We're going to go through these, and like Kristen said, we'll take any questions at the end of the webinar. Okay, so the first app is order processing. This is a great app for your sales reps that they can use on their mobile device, or you can actually brand the app and also give it to your customers. It allows you to take orders. It allows you to enter in quotes. It allows you to check your customer account information and look up things like open AR, sales history, payments, and much more. And we have quite a few customers using this app, and some are even branding it and putting their own logo on it and giving it out to their customers. The licensing on this app is unlimited users, so you can use it internally or you can give it to your customers and really help you lock in loyalty through your own branded mobile app. Okay, and what do our customers have to say? Well, one great quote we got from Ryan Andrews of Kanunen is that he loves the app because his customers are not necessarily always in the office. They're on job sites. They might be in their backyard. Some of our food customers that use this might have customers that are in the restaurant or in the stock room. And basically, he loves it that his customers, can use this app and, place orders immediately. And they just rolled it out. And he said, we rolled out the app to 3 customers and already it's increasing sales and he can't wait to get it to more. So just, real great success with the mobile app. Okay, so let's take a look at it. When you sign on, if you're a sales rep, you are going to be, pre-filtered to only see the accounts that you service, right? So you can see when you sign on, it shows me, that my first account alphabetically, and then I can change that. And on the right-hand side, you see my list of accounts. Okay. If you are a customer, you're going to be locked into just seeing your particular account. Okay. On the menu tree, you can see there's a bunch of different ways you can place an order. You can do a product search. You can do shop by department. You can shop from history. There's a lot of different ways that you can place an order. So the first one's product search, and you can see in the middle slide, you can just type in what you're looking for. Maybe it's paper, and you can see the results. It'll show you anything with paper anywhere in the description. Okay, on the very far right. Okay. All right. You can see you can also drill down from that result search. You can click on that item. The pricing and the inventory availability comes directly from S2K. So if you are online, if you have a web connection, you will be seeing the current stock position. Okay. If you're running in disconnected mode, then it will be the pricing and stock position as per your last synchronization. Okay, so you can see, we see some great information about the item. If you click on it, we see the division, the class, the weight, the width, the length, the height, the UPC number, things like that. And then you can click on the picture and get a full picture detail of the product. There is also an option to view stock across multiple locations. So if you have multiple warehouses or multiple stores and want to see availability of this product across multiple locations, you can as well. Okay, so here's the option to do that. You would click on the hamburger menu on the top. You'd say view all locations inventory, and you can see it'll show you each of your locations and how many is available. All right. The second one, shop by department, will bring up your product divisions. So these are the product divisions that were in the back office ERP system. When you click on that division in the middle, it'll bring up all the products that are in that division. Okay. Another option that's very nice is shop from prior history. So when you click on that, this will show, this is basically your customer shopping list, if you're familiar with that feature in the back office. So this is your customer's history. I think it's a year's worth of history. So anything they have purchased within a year will come up here. And again, this does not necessarily have to be just mobile purchases. This will be purchases that they did through the back office ERP, online on e-commerce, or also on the mobile app as well. Okay, so this is a great, great option for a customer that may just want to replenish inventory, right? So they can come here, see what they bought in the past, and just quickly place their orders. Okay, order pad is if your sales reps or customers happen to know the item numbers that they're looking for. It's just a quick way for them to enter in the item number and quantity and hit submit, and it will build an order through an order pad. The quick order option below it, and I don't think I took a screen of that. The quick order option really works with a Bluetooth scanner. So if you have sales reps or customers that want to walk around their facility and scan products, that's what the quick order option is. Okay. After your order is built, you can click on the shopping cart on the upper right-hand corner, and then it'll show you the current items that are in your shopping cart. You can see on the screen, you can reset the cart, you can add items, subtract items. You can drill into any of those items and offer discounts if you have the authorization to change the price. You also have the ability to do an overall order discount. That's the red, box, field in the middle. So you can, again, if you're authorized, you can do that. And when you click on checkout, it'll take you to a checkout screen, just confirming the shipping address, the billing address, the shipping information, the ship date. If a PO is required in the back office, it's going to be required on the mobile app. And then, once you're ready to go and you hit submit, the order will be sent into S2K for processing. Okay. Once it's sent in, and you have to be connected to send it in. So if you're disconnected, it'll queue these orders up. And then when you get connected, you can send that order in. But when you do send it in, you'll see the system will assign it an S2K order number. So you can see on the last screen on the right, it says order number 10442. That's the S2K order number. And the customer will be noted that he has an order in the ERP system. Okay. All right. Just some other options that are available. If you want to take payment at the time of the order, you can turn that feature on, and you see we allow credit card. If you're a sales rep and using this option, you can also turn on cash and check. So maybe you're meeting with the customer and getting cash or check, you can turn on those options. If you were giving this app to a customer, you would only be allowed to turn on the credit card feature if you wanted to. Okay, so when you click on credit card, you'll see on the right-hand side, it asks you for the credit card information. All right, and then that'll come over to S2K as a pay transaction. We have a credit card service that we use to actually do the credit card authorization. Again, when you're using this feature, you must be connected to the internet. Okay. All right. So here's the offline mode. That is one of the things that we did differently. We used to just have the system automatically switch from online to offline mode if it lost connection. We had some customers having issues with that where they're in a bad connection area and the system didn't know if it was connected or not connected and it kept on switching. So now we actually separated that where you can go into offline mode. You can say, no matter what, I want to be in offline mode. Don't take me into online mode. And you can work on offline mode without having the system, switch back and forth. So when you go into offline mode, obviously it's important to sync the data, right? So you can click on data download. And you can see on the right-hand side, these are all the different files that we sync with S2K. Right. So master, customer master, product master, inventory, pricing, sales history are all coming over from S2K ERP. All right. And then the functionality is exactly the same. So once you're in offline mode, you can see you can, shop by product search, shop by department, shop by history, order pad, quick order. You can do a lot of the same capabilities in offline mode. Okay. The other thing that's nice about the order processing app is it gives your sales reps and or the customer access to their account. All right. So you can see on the left-hand menu, there are some things that they can do from an account management perspective. One of them is view the current status of any orders. And again, this is any orders that are in the S2K ERP system that have been, synced down to the device. Okay, so you can see they can look up, any order. You can see if it's invoice picked, if it's being picked in the warehouse, if it's open, and they can drill into that order and see details or summary information. And if we have tracking numbers, if it was already shipped, we can show the user tracking numbers. So it's a real nice capabilities. You could see here. Some of the other things that are nice on the summary screen, you can email the customer another copy of an order or an invoice. So the customer can pick up this, email themselves and send it to themselves. Okay, so those are some of the nice capabilities on that screen. On the Your Account button, we will show the customer their an aging summary of their accounts receivable, and also allow them to view their open AR and AR history. But one of the great features of this screen is that you can allow your customers from the open AR screen to actually pay their invoices. So they would need some type of payment method, maybe it's credit card, that you allow them to pay their invoices through the mobile app, okay, right through their open AR balance screen. So how they would do that is they would click on the little hamburger menu that's right next to each invoice, and you could see all the options you have there. You can view the order details, you can get a copy of the invoice, and the last one is partial payment. Now it says partial payment. You're obviously allowed to pay the bill in full, or you can type an amount that you want to pay, and then what happens is the system will accumulate the totals of the invoices that you're paying. And if you look in the middle screen, you can see the total on the top, the 2,038 is just showing them, hey, this is how many invoices you've selected for payment right now. Okay. And when you hit next, it'll take you to the summary screen on the right-hand side where the user can then pay that amount, the 2,038 that they were selected by credit card. Okay, and that will go directly that'll create a cash receipts batch right in the S2K ERP system. So we are having a lot of customers use the mobile app for payment processing like this. Another great option that we're not going to cover today is the S2K e-business module has a customer self-service option where your customers can pay their bills right on the website as well. So definitely something to check out in our future webinars. Okay. Some other things that are really nice. This is a great tool for your sales reps. So if your sales reps are meeting with an account and they just want to make some notes about maybe something they talked about with the customer, they can go into notes, they can click on add. And then what's nice about it, since it's a mobile device, the sales rep can just speak into his phone and you can save a note against the account. So that's really nice if they just want to make any notes on their conversations. Okay. They can also update contacts. That's the contact screen. You can add new contacts if you want to. Okay. And then lastly If they're using the S2K CRM, our S2K Salesforce CRM module, they also have the ability to log in calls. Okay, so a little different than a note when it comes to the CRM system is actually logging a sales call, right? So if they click on call history, not only can they see the calls that were made in the past to this account, but if they click on add, which I don't have the screen for, they can add or log in, we call it logging a call in the CRM system. So if they're using the CRM, the call log and the call history is really nice. If they're not, then they can still use the notes. Those are the extended notes that are on the customer account inquiry screen. Okay. So that's mobile order entry. Like I said, it's a great tool for both your sales reps and for your customers. And you can brand it with your own branding and give it to your customers if need be. The next app I want to cover is proof of delivery. This has really gotten a whole new facelift. You can see it's a real nice looking interface for your drivers. And basically what it does is if you deliver with your own trucks, it replaces the process of capturing signatures, and you can take advantage of the camera, and you can check the items into for delivery and process returns. There's a lot of great options here. So let's take a look at the proof of delivery app. So it starts with your driver signing on. This app only works on Android, by the way. The order entry app works on both Apple and Android because it's a consumer app, but this one is only developed for Android. And basically, your driver would sign on to his device. They can enter in odometer readings or truck numbers, but the route number that they're delivering is required. And when they click on Start Route, all the orders will start to download. So you can see on the first screen, it's downloading them. We're also going to give you a little Google Maps representation of all the stops that were downloaded onto the device and how many orders were related to those stops. Okay. Once they do this, once they download all the orders, they can then work disconnected. So they only have to be connected to get their stops. And then from this time forward, they can now work disconnected to make their deliveries. And you can see there's their first stop, their second stop, third stop, and such. Okay. So when they click on the first stop, they get to the first stop, they just touch it with their finger. On the right-hand side, it'll say, okay, this is the order you're supposed to deliver to this customer. Okay. So when they click on the order, it'll show them the products, and then they can use the plus and minus. If they have a scanner, they could scan the items off the truck. Okay, so they could scan each individual case that they were delivering, or they can use the plus and minus button to say how many of these items were delivered. Okay, once they deliver the full amount, you can see on the right-hand side, it puts a check mark that that's been fully delivered, and the driver would be done. Okay, so there are some other options on the top on the hamburger menu. There's a deliver all option. So hypothetically, maybe the entire order was already shrink wrapped and palletized, and you just want to, you're not going to break the pallet, and you're just going to say, I delivered all. So you can do that. You can do a reset. You could do a reject order, bunch of different things you can do there. But when you are done, you click the little check mark on the top of the screen, and then it will take you to a delivery summary, right? You can then type in the receiver name. You can see that on the bottom, okay? It'll show them the total for this merchandise. If the user wanted to drill into the order total, they can click on that, dollar amount there. And on the right-hand side, you see how the order was broken down. You would then basically put the receiver name in and then have them sign. One of the options you do have is you can turn on payment processing again here and allow your drivers to collect cash, check, and or credit card, right? And if they do, they can note how much cash they collected. I'll show you a little later on how this will reconcile back with the S2K ERP system in a accounts receivable batch. Okay, so they can also take advantage of the camera. So if they want to take a picture of the items they delivered, they can do that. That's optional. And then they would say, okay, I'm done. And the system will prompt them to sign. Okay, so they sign that image. That's basically a JPEG. That image will be overlaid onto a delivery confirmation document, so a proof of delivery ticket that can be emailed directly out to the customer. So that could be emailed, or if your driver is carrying around a belt printer or a printer in the truck, they can print the delivery ticket there as well. So you could see that it notes on the delivery on the order side that it's been confirmed. Okay. And if you drilled into it, again, you can see everything that was delivered, the pictures that were taken. So you have full access to this if you want to go back to an order or just make sure that everything was taken properly. Okay, so here's an example of one of our customers who is, drivers are carrying around a Bluetooth printer, and you can see that the signature will be right on the bottom there, and that's what the invoice slip looks like. Okay, and that's what the printed document looks like if you're going to be emailing it to them as a PDF. Obviously, these can be branded and redesigned based on your needs. Okay, what's nice about the mobile app is back on the ERP system. So this is the ERP system, by the way. If you go to that order in the back office and you click on the folder that's attached to the order. So on the S2K ERP, there's a folder system. That PDF will automatically be sent to that folder system so that you can call up that proof of delivery signature document that was signed and send it to the customer again if you'd like, but it'll be saved with the order in the S2K ERP. Okay, so that first delivery is done. I would go to my next delivery. Just want to show you, if you're not shipping everything that you have in the truck, so if you're going to mark an item short for whatever reason, the system is going to pop up the screen to the right and ask you, why are you not delivering everything that is on the truck? All right, so you can say, what's the reason code? It was damaged. You could take a picture, whatever you need to do. So if you're delivering an item short, the system, when the system syncs back up this data, if the driver was sent out with a invoice, then this will issue a credit for the short. If the driver was going out with what we call pro forma invoices, then it will adjust the quantity delivered on the original order before it's finally invoiced. Okay, so here's how you could do it, right? Here's the quantity I'm shorting. You can have the driver choose from a list of reasons why. Okay, he might put in some notes if he wants as well. You could see, and then also take a picture of that. That'll go on the credit as well. That picture. Okay. All right. So that's what that looks like. You sign, you move to your next one. Another option you have is to, reject. If you weren't going to a stop, you could do a full, reject delivery. All right. And then you can just flag why you're not, going to that location in total. Okay. All right. And then lastly, I just want to cover the ability to actually do a delivery and a pickup simultaneously. So if the customer had called and requested a return authorization and the driver gets to that stop, you'll see that not only will the delivery show, but it will say, hey, you're also there to pick up a return that was authorized. Okay, so there's the return pickup as well as the delivery. And each one of these needs to be confirmed separately. So they would do the delivery, and I'll just do this quickly. All right. And then when they're done, let's see, hang on a second. All right, I didn't do the, they'd have to return. Oh, there it is to the right. They'd have to confirm the return as well, that they picked up the return. Sorry, there it is. Okay, so they have to do both. They have to confirm the delivery, then they confirm that they picked up the return. Okay, so at any point in time, the driver can look at the status of all of his stops, right? So they can do that at any time. They can go into specific deliveries and pickups on the right-hand side. So you could see on the fifth stop here, I'm going to do a couple different things. I'm going to show that you can get driving directions from your current location. That's what that little arrow is there. That's a nice feature that we have. For customer information, will show you, very similar to the order entry system, the account information screen, and allow the driver to see, some, account information, just like you could in the order processing system. Will show open AR, payments, payment history, things like that. So hypothetically, if your driver was not only collecting for the current delivery, but you wanted him to also collect money for some open AR, they could do that as well using this capability. Okay. All right. So here is the current delivery windows, right? And then when they're done, they would just basically say en route. They can put in an odometer reading, which is optional, and then they hit submit, and all of their orders are done, and that day's route is summarized. Okay, so you can see if they want to look at their route summary off of the main menu, they can look at, hit the hamburger menu and see a route summary of all of their routes that they worked maybe this week for the week. Okay. Okay. So when they're done, let me skip this quote for 1 second. I don't have it here, but I wanted to show you what happens on the back office for the cash batches. And you can actually get a more detailed demo of that if you'd like from your sales rep. But basically what happens, if you've collected any money out in the field on the POD app, the system, by the driver's name, so for the driver's name, it'll create a cash batch in the accounts receivable module, so that when the driver comes back, you can then reconcile how much cash and checks were collected and finalize that cash batch and post it. Okay, so it's a real great app, and you can see some of our customers here have some great things to say about the proof of delivery app. One of our customers, Barnwell Tire, during the pandemic, a lot of the customers didn't want face-to-face interaction. They didn't want their receivers to sign invoices. So it really, helped them out because they were able to use the camera and just take pictures. Okay. And in their case, one of their suppliers, Bridgestone, they had a dispute request, and basically the pictures prevented them from getting a chargeback, right, and saved them money. So just a great app if you're doing your own deliveries. Okay. Mobile WMS. Let's take a look at mobile WMS. Now, like I said earlier, the mobile WMS is only available right now for our hard good customers running S2K Enterprise. It is not available for our S2K Enterprise for food customers. That will be coming in the future. Right now, our food customers pretty much use a combination of RF and voice. So the mobile app was not developed for them yet, but we are going to offer S2K mobile for food in the future. And basically, one of the nice things about the mobile app is that it makes, the WMS processing easier to use for your users, right? A touchscreen display, clear, concise design. We can show a lot of information on the system. Everybody knows how to use a mobile device, so your training of your employees is a lot less. It's a great tool for mobile WMS, and it's a lot less expensive, right? Because the devices you can use are very inexpensive. All right. Here's an example of one of our customers who was using just a Samsung Galaxy phone to do WMS. He put a sled on it. He put a Bluetooth sled on it. So for, a very, very inexpensive fee, I think the phone was like $200. The sled was another $150. So you're looking at, giving a scanning device to someone in the warehouse for as low as $350. It's pretty cheap for doing WMS. Okay. We also obviously like to work with our partners, specifically Zebra, who has a lot of rugged devices that they sell that can be used for WMS. Okay. So here's an example of the WMS receiving process. I'll just take you through receiving and picking since we're short on time. Okay. So basically what happens is the trucks come in, you use the mobile devices to scan the items against a PO or against a cargo. If it's a transfer between warehouses, you can also do transfer receipts. You can also do customer return authorization receipts. There's a lot of different options. At the time of receipt, you can build your pallets. Okay, and create pallet tags, and then the system will suggest the put away, or you can send the put away tasks over to other stations by area and zone for put away. Okay, the put away people then would come over to the dock, pick up that pallet. The system would let them know where to take it, and then they can verify their destination and put the item away. Okay, so let's take a look at this process on the actual devices. All right, so this is what the interface looks like. Very clean, concise, easy to use. Let's just do an example of a PO coming in. All right, so I'm going to click on PO receiving. This would be a list on the left-hand side of all your open POs. I only had one in this demo. All right, so I'm going to just touch the screen and bring in that PO. You can see on the right-hand side, these are all the items that have to be received. Okay, and then really your users just start scanning. All right, so as they scan, I've gotten, one of 120 cases so far of that item. All right, so you can just keep scanning. You also can touch the item if you want and enter the quantity in manually. You can also do things like, receive all if you want. Those are some of the different features that you have at the item level. Like I said, if you touch on the item, it'll bring up the screen to the right and allow you to key in a quantity. So if you don't want to scan all 120, you can just, say I received in this quantity and just do it once. Okay. Some of the other options you have is on the right-hand side, you can do a pallet build. So you can see on the hamburger menu, you can say pallet build. And you could say how many pallets did you receive in, so you can generate all your pallets initially and then just assign items to pallets. So that's kind of nice. So I'm going to say just for this demo, I received in one pallet, and you can see as soon as I hit submit, it assigns a pallet number. And now everything I scan from this point forward will be assigned to that pallet until I close it. All right, so I'm just going to touch the second item, the classic envelopes, and then say 120 items came in on that pallet. All right, so you can see that it's updating that pallet in number. When I'm ready to close the pallet, I simply just touch the pallet number that's on the screen, and I can say, close it right away. One of the options you'll also see on that is I can generate the put away, meaning notify the, put away area that I have a pallet for pickup at the dock. Okay, so you basically just keep going through your items being received. Just want to show you a couple other features that are available. If an item is serial number tracked, you can see it's prompting me at this point to scan a serial number, and it will begin keeping track of the list of serial numbers that were received in. Okay. Also, if an item is lot controlled, same type of thing. I don't have a screen for it, but if an item is lot controlled, it'll prompt the user to scan a lot number and enter in a expiration date for that lot. Okay. All right. So some of the other things that you have on that hamburger menu, you can reverse lines, you can print a receiver. Just want to show you some of the other capabilities that you have that we didn't touch on. But when you're done receiving in all the products, you just simply click on the upper right-hand corner, done, and you end your receiving. Okay, so that's the receiving process. On the picking side, all right, you can do picking a bunch of different ways. You can pick directly from a pick ticket. So let's say at the end of order entry, you want to just, print out a pick ticket and use the mobile device to, pick the order. You can do it that way, or you can do it this way that I'm showing you here today, which is picking orders from the order manager screen. So S2K ERP system has an order manager screen, which allows you to organize your picks that you want to send out to the warehouse. So you can organize your picks and then release a pick batch, and then you can pick them up on the mobile devices. So here's an example of that, where I would go into picking, and then I would go into pick batches, and then here's on the left-hand side all of the different pick batches that were created from Order Manager, and I can go in and start, picking from this. Okay, so I can click on the batch. It'll show me the orders that were related to that batch. And then I can go into any particular order, and then it'll show me who the customer was that's the order for. And then on the right-hand side, it will show you all the items that need to be picked. Right, so you can see it shows you very cleanly and clearly what the bin location is, right, based on bin path. Okay, it'll go through and you'll just, scan the items for picking. Okay, so again, you get to that bin, you scan the bin is the first thing you're going to be prompted for. You would scan the bin number. It'll then tell you that the only item you should be able to pick out of that bin, or if it's a multi-bin item, you have more, but this is the item that is in that bin. Then you would scan that product. Okay, this product happens to be serial number tracked, so it's prompting me for serial numbers. Okay, so I'm scanning serial numbers, and then when I complete it, you can see there's a check mark on it. And then you would basically go through that process, and you can see the system's going to start to put check marks next to the items that you had picked. All right. One of the nice things that you can do is you can actually do a pick and pack. So if you were picking these two items, let's say, and you wanted to put them in a box, or as you're picking them, you want to put them in a box, you simply just click on this hamburger menu, say box information. The system will have generated an internal serial number for that box, and then you could say close box. Okay. All right. So when you close the box, there are some other options that we have available to you on the mobile devices, which is one of them is UPS, FedEx, USPS integration. So we have a web services option that directly from the mobile device, we could go out and call their online systems for generating a shipping label. So this is a nice option. You don't have to bring the carton back to the a shipping station. You can do it right on the mobile device, and there is some setup involved, and I don't want to get too deep into it today, but there is some setup involved to do this, but you can do integrated shipping if you need to. Okay, some other things. This next item, I want to show you a lot controlled item. So that next item that I scanned was lot controlled. So you can see the system is prompting me on the left-hand side for lot information. All right, so I have to scan the lot number or select the lot that I am shipping. So I can either scan the lot number, which is on the left-hand side, or touch the button that says lot inquiry, and it will show me the lots that should be available in that bin. Okay, and I can just touch the screen if I don't want to scan a lot number. Okay, all right. At any time when you're on an item, okay, you can click the button to the hamburger menu to the right and get product information. So let's say I go to pick this item, and maybe I can't find it in this bin. I was supposed to go, the item was in this bin, but I can't. So I can do bin information, I can do override bin, or I can go to product information and see, anything I want to see about that product. Okay, so one of the things that we have customers use is if it's not in this bin, maybe show me other bins where it may be. Okay, so that's bin information. And then if for whatever reason, I'm going to pick it from an alternate location, I have to let the system know that I am going to override this bin and pick this item from a different bin location. Okay, so that's one of the capabilities. And then also, there's no reason why you can't short ship it. So if I short pick it, if I was told to pick it, but I don't have it, I can leave it open. You can see this is open. I still have a quantity to pick on the right. And when I say done here, the system is automatically going to pop up a window and say, hey, you were supposed to pick this. We thought this item was available. If it's expected to be picked and not picked, I am going to send a cycle count over to QC to have them cycle count that item to make sure, why the system thinks we have it and it's not there. Okay. And you saw the optional shipping interface. Okay. So I'm done picking. And just to kind of reiterate what I said in the beginning, if you don't want to use Order Manager, and you want to just release your pick tickets from order entry, you can do that. You can do it two ways. You can just have the users pick it up directly on the gun. Some of our customers do it this way, which I'm showing, where they print an actual physical pick ticket, and then the guns come over and just scan the barcode on the top to pick up the order directly on the mobile device. So some of our customers place, pick orders this way. All right. So that's what that looks like. There's a customer scanning that barcode, picking up the order, and going out into the warehouse to pick that transaction. Okay. And, really mobile picking for a lot of our customers have been a game changer. Really, if they haven't done any type of automation in the warehouse, implementing, mobile WMS can really cut down on errors and, enable a lot of productivity in your warehouse. So we have a lot of great quotes on customers that are using the WMS mobile app. Okay, just two more apps, and I'm going to go through them very quickly because they're really very specific apps for specific uses. We have a route sales app, and basically this is for any of our customers that sell off a truck. Okay, very common in food, also very common in candy and tobacco, who maybe service convenience stores. And basically what this app is, which is a little different than the ordering app, is if you notice on the menu, what you do is you basically create a warehouse in S2K for the truck, and then you load inventory onto the truck, and through the mobile app, you confirm that those items were loaded. Okay. There's also some nice features giving the driver, if he met up with another truck on the road, to transfer from, items from his truck to another truck and then receive it in. So there are some capabilities here, but basically this app is, if you think about it, it's a combination of, the sales app and the proof of delivery app kind of in one app, right? So you're selling inventory off of your truck and then confirming that delivery. Okay, so this is just some use cases. So one of our customers, a candy and tobacco distributor, basically the driver shows up, they walk around the store. He's using a Bluetooth device there, if you could see it, and he's walking around the store and building that order against the inventory that he has on his truck. Okay, and they can edit quantities, edit pricing if need be, and then basically go to the truck, right, and fulfill the order from that truck. Okay, there is also an option you could see for the location that the driver might want to take an order that's going to be fulfilled from the warehouse and shipped to the customer. So it gives them kind of a dual option where, you can fulfill it from your truck, or you can take an order from a customer that you'll be shipping from the warehouse. Okay, so basically, you're not going to go too deep as far as the ordering process. The ordering process is very similar to order entry. You can also take payment, cash, check, credit card. Okay, and then you confirm that delivery, and the receiver of the merchandise signs for it. Okay. All right. So here's how some of the screens look when you do a truck transfer. You could say from truck to truck, I'm returning these items, and then when the driver gets back to the warehouse, they can also do, if they're taking anything off the truck, they can do a return to warehouse as well. Okay, so those are some of those options. All right. Other things that we do on those route module is we do a pinging of the device, and we can drop pins as to where the driver was when he made his deliveries, or what basically his path was throughout the day. Okay, that's a nice managerial report. Okay, the last app I'll cover is the service and repair app. So the service and repair app is basically used for field service professionals who go out and do repairs, right? And it allows them to track parts and labor, make any notes they want about any issues or problems, right on the mobile device. Now, the one thing about this is that the service call has to be already generated in S2K. Right, so they still have to enter the service call in the back office ERP system, but then the technicians can, call up any service calls that were assigned to them, right? So basically how it works is the service representative signs on, they click on download data, and then they click on give me my service orders. And as you see on the right, any service orders that were entered in S2K that were assigned to that technician now show up, on the screen for them. So they can start doing their service calls. And it shows them the date of the call they're supposed to make, the time, the priorities, okay? So they can see all of the service calls that are assigned for, to them to go and do. Okay? When they get to the service call location, they can see what item or items, because it might be servicing multiple items, item or items need to be, serviced, right? They would click on that item. The middle screen shows them the problem notes, what's the problem with the item. It also shows any problem codes that may have been assigned to that item in the back office, right? And then using the buttons in the middle of the screen, they can start to assign parts and labor. Okay, so if they click on the parts button, they can get a listing of parts that they may have used, okay, in making the repair. Okay, they also can enter in their resolution. So when they click on problems, they can enter in resolution notes or resolution codes. And then basically when they're done, they can hit review and they could see all of the different things that they, all the different parts and labor that was assigned to this ticket. Okay, so labor can be an item, or labor can just be a number of hours that they type in, and it's basically assigned to a standard labor item. Okay, so in this case, you could see I did a labor item number. So $195 in labor, these parts were used, and then I close out the ticket. I can have the customer sign. You also can take pictures, that's also available, and then you close out that service work order. Okay. So before I end, I just want to let you know that off of the VAI website, we have quite a few new videos that we did that shows you these mobile apps in action. Okay, so if you go to the VAI website, vai.net, there's a main banner image that takes you right to the videos, but you can also get them on the top if you clicked on news and videos. And these are some of the videos you can see by the descriptions on the bottom here: mobile, WMS, mobile WMS, mobile. You can see some of the videos that I'm highlighting here have great live video of these apps in action. Right, if you want to see, sales reps taking orders, or, mobile WMS, you can see a lot of this stuff right in action off of the website. If anyone has, wants to see these apps in more detail, feel free to contact your VAI representative or project director, and they can give you a much more detailed demo on any of these mobile apps that we covered today.